Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we take a stack of sources and extract the most important nuggets of knowledge to give you a shortcut to being truly well-informed. Today, we're plunging into Zebec Network, a platform that's fundamentally rethinking how money moves.
Right, and our mission for this deep dive is really to unpack how Zebec is changing the way you access and manage your funds. It's bridging, traditional financial systems with this cutting-edge blockchain tech.
Okay.
We'll explore what that means for real-world applications and, crucially, for you. We're drawing insights from their own vision, crypto blogs, market data, the whole picture.
So let's dive in. Let's discover how this decentralized infrastructure aims to create a future where, real-world value flows freely, seamlessly, giving individuals, businesses, investors immediate access to funds, fostering a more inclusive financial environment. That's the goal, right?
That's the big picture.
Okay, so to start, maybe let's just establish Zebec Network's core identity. Founded when? What is it, fundamentally?
Okay, so it was founded back in 2021.
2021, got it.
And at its heart, it's a decentralized infrastructure protocol.
Right.
But what's really fascinating, I think, is their vision. It's clear, and it's pretty ambitious.
Okay, ambitious how?
They want to create a future where real-world value, and that could be money, physical assets, digital tokens, whatever, just moves without friction.
No friction, like totally seamless.
Exactly. It's not just about faster payments, though. It's about providing immediate financial control and building a truly inclusive, accessible financial environment for, everyone. Their mission, as they state it, is to deliver transformative, blockchain-based applications that genuinely improve people's lives.
And they've certainly attracted attention doing this. I mean, the sources mentioned some serious investment.
Oh, yeah. Significant backing. We're talking $35 million.
$35 million.
Yeah. Yep. And from major players, Coinbase, Circle, Solana Ventures.
Heavy hitters in both TradFi and crypto.
Exactly. Briar Capital, Republic, Lightspeed Venture Partners, too. It's a strong list. It gives them, a lot of credibility.
Yeah, definitely a big vote of confidence. So with that kind of backing, how do they actually do it? How do they achieve this seamless money movement?
Well, the core concept, the foundation, is what they call streaming finance.
Streaming finance. Explain that.
Think of it like this. Instead of money moving in chunks, like a biweekly paycheck.
Right, the way it normally works.
Yeah. Instead, money moves in real time, continuously, like a stream.
So you could be earning, by the second.
Precisely. No traditional intermediaries holding things up. Your income becomes this dynamic flow of value constantly hitting your account.
That sounds revolutionary. Really different. And what's making that possible? You mentioned blockchain.
Right. It's all powered by smart contracts.
Ah, okay. The automated agreement.
Exactly. They're like the digital architects here.
Yeah.
They execute the payments, define the conditions, all automatically, transparently, no need for a middleman.
That automated trust is key.
It's fundamental. And that brings us to the blockchain itself. Initially, they launched on Solana.
Makes sense. Solana is known for speed, low fees.
Right. They were leveraging that reportedly capable of 50,000 transactions per second. Very fast.
But they haven't just stuck with Solana, have they? I saw they expanded.
That's right. They didn't put all their eggs in one basket. They've built out a multi-chain ecosystem. So now they operate across Base, Ethereum, BNB chain, Near, Tron, Sui. Quite a few.
Wow. Okay. That sounds complex, dealing with all those different chains. How do they make that easy for the user? Because that's usually the tricky part.
Good question. They use something called a middleware abstraction layer.
Okay. What'd that do?
Think of it like a translator or maybe an adapter. It sits between the user and all that complex backend stuff across different chains. It simplifies it so the user experience is smooth. You don't really need to worry about which chain is doing what underneath.
Gotcha. Hides the complexity. And they're layering in more tech too, right? Something called ZAI.
Yes, ZAI stands for Zebec AI.
Artificial intelligence. What's its role?
Think of it as an intelligent security layer. It uses AI to automatically spot suspicious activity for fraud detection.
Okay, that's important.
Crucial. And it helps with AML compliance, anti-money laundering rules. Plus, it smartly monitors transactions. It's an extra layer of, protection and efficiency baked in.
And then there was ZEPIN, Decentralized Physical Infrastructure Network. Sounds technical, but the idea seems really practical.
It really is quite clever. ZEPIN connects real-world hardware think payment terminals, like in a shop.
Like a card reader.
Exactly. It connects those devices directly to the blockchain using IoT, the Internet of Things.
Yeah.
So it's literally bridging the digital crypto world with the physical point of sale, making real-time crypto payments possible in everyday stores.
So you could actually spend your crypto easily.
That's the goal, really closing that gap.
And they even have their own chain now, an L3 called Nautilus from Zebec Labs.
Yeah, Nautilus. It's their own high-performance modular layer 3 chain.
Layer 3, so that sits on top of another blockchain.
Kind of. Think of it as a specialized layer built for extreme speed and specific tasks. In this case, it's designed to handle Zebec's huge global payment flows. Makes things even more efficient and scalable, like a dedicated express lane just for their transactions.
Okay, so they've built this really robust, scalable infrastructure. Nautilus, the multi-chain support, the AI. How does all that tech actually turn into stuff people can use? What are the real-world applications?
Right, that's the key question. Because the tech is impressive, but it needs to solve real problems. And one of their first really core applications is Zebec Pay.
Zebec Payroll, right?
Exactly. It's a low-cost payment solution designed specifically for real-time payroll, so employees can literally earn by the second and get immediate access to those funds in stablecoins like USDC or others.
Immediate access. That's huge. Especially for, say, gig work.
Definitely. It enhances liquidity, helps avoid those payment disagreements or delays. Super relevant for the gig economy, freelancers, anyone who doesn't fit the traditional 2-week pay cycle.
Yeah, that waiting period can be tough. And they also have something called WageLink. How's that different?
WageLink is described as the first compliant traditional payroll app, but with this advanced blockchain backend.
So it integrates more with existing system.
Seems like it. It enables things like near zero cost cross-border remittances and USDC payroll. And what's really interesting strategically is how they're using their investment arm, Payroll Growth Partners, or PGP.
Ah, the investment side.
Yeah. PGP has actually acquired traditional payroll companies like PayBridge, which apparently processes over $300 million in payroll volume a year.
Wow.
And another called School Payroll Services, serving over 100 schools.
So they buy the traditional company.
And then they can introduce their blockchain innovation directly into those established systems. It's a clever way in.
Makes sense. Like with WageLink.
Exactly. WageLink uses partnerships with Circle and Stellar, for example, to let employees get part of their salary in digital currency and then send it abroad really quickly and cheaply. Big deal for remittances.
So Zebec Pay isn't just about getting paid instantly. It offers more, right? Crypto-specific financial services.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It unlocks a lot more. You can use it to automate dollar cost averaging, DCA.
Buying crypto bit by bit over time.
Yeah, but imagine doing it by the second automatically as you earn. It's a unique blockchain-based investment system.
Interesting.
And you can program smart contracts to automatically funnel some of your income into DeFi applications.
Decentralized finance.
Yeah.
For yield farming, things like that.
Exactly. Put your money to work, earning returns automatically. They even mention automating investments into crypto-friendly IRA and 401k accounts.
Okay, retirement options too.
Yep. And a big one, you can trade your crypto into US dollars and transfer it to your bank account without charges.
Free fiat on-ramp and off-ramp. That's a major friction point usually.
It really is. So they're trying to make moving between crypto and traditional banking seamless too.
Okay, that's payroll and earning covered. What about spending? You mentioned bridging the gap.
Right. For that, they have the Zebec Instant Card.
The crypto card, launched late 2023.
That's the one. It's described as the industry's first non-custodial, multi-chain, no-fee prepaid crypto card.
Non-custodial is important, means you control your keys, your crypto.
Crucial point. And multi-chain, so it works across their supported blockchains.
Yeah.
No fees is also a big draw.
And it seems to have taken off quickly, accepted globally.
Apparently so. The sources said just 100 days after launch, it had global acceptance in 138 countries.
Wow.
And it's supported by Visa and MasterCard networks, so you can use it wherever those are accepted.
So you load it up with crypto.
And spend it on everyday purchases, just like a normal card. It really does bridge that gap between holding crypto and actually using it easily.
And it works with Apple Pay, Google Pay too.
Yep, integrates with those mobile wallets for extra convenience.
Okay, so payroll, spending. How else is Zebec enabling this value flow? Any other big areas?
Yeah, a few other important ones. They support real-world asset settlement, RWA.
Tokenizing real assets like property.
Things like that. Processing transactions for tangible assets on the blockchain makes trading and transferring them potentially much more efficient.
Interesting.
They also offer treasury management solutions specifically tailored for Web3 companies, DAOs, things like that.
Managing crypto treasuries is complex.
Very. So tools to help with that are needed. And they have pilot programs running too. One called Emida is handling, get this, $500 million in cross-border payments between the U.S. and Mexico.
$500 million.
Yeah. And they plan to expand that model to places like Thailand and Nepal, where they estimate the market opportunity is huge, like $50 billion.
Big ambitions there.
Definitely. Plus, they're testing Zebec multi-signature wallets for things like international trade escrow.
So using crypto for secure international deals without needing a traditional bank acting as escrow.
Exactly. Potentially much faster and cheaper. It all comes back to trust and efficiency through the blockchain.
So boiling it all down for the user, for you listening.
Yep.
Who benefits most from this real-time settlement idea?
Well, it seems particularly powerful for, like we said, freelancers and gig workers who want that instant pay.
Makes sense.
Also for DAOs and Web3 teams who need really transparent ways to distribute funds.
Right. Treasury management again.
Yep. And then larger enterprises looking for more programmable ways to manage their treasuries, automate payments, things like that. It spans quite a range.
Okay. Now, at the heart of this whole ecosystem, there's a token, right? ZBCN.
Yes, ZBCN. That's the native utility and governance token for the Zebec network.
And it's an upgrade from an older token, ZBC.
That's right. They did a token split. One ZBC became 10 ZBCN back in 2024.
Why do that?
The stated reasons were to improve fee simplicity, increase the token's liquidity, and basically expand its uses, its utility within the growing network.
Got it. And there's a fixed supply?
Yep. Fixed supply of 100 billion ZBCN tokens.
So what does this token actually do? Why does it exist in the ecosystem?
It has several core functions. First, it's needed for transaction fees on the network, like paying for using Zebec Pay or other services.
Okay, standard utility.
And it's also used for gas fees, specifically on their Nautilus L3 chain.
Powering your custom chain.
Right. Then there's governance. Token holders can actually vote on changes to the protocol, ecosystem developments, funding proposals.
Through their DAO.
Exactly, through Zebec's hybrid DAO. So it gives holders a say in the network's future direction.
Hybrid meaning part decentralized, part centralized.
Sort of. It often means combining the broad voting power of the community with maybe a core team or foundation that helps execute or guide a blend.
Okay. What else does ZBCN do?
Incentives. It's used for community rewards, benefits for staking the token.
Staking for yield.
Yeah, the sources mentioned potential for up to 15% APY, annual percentage yield, for staking ZBCN, and other participation bonuses.
And it's deflationary. You mentioned burning.
Correct. A portion of the fees collected on the network is burned or permanently removed from circulation. Over time, this is designed to reduce the total supply, potentially making the remaining tokens more valuable. Deflationary pressure.
And is it easy to get hold of? Where is it listed?
It seems widely available. Our sources list numerous global exchanges: KuCoin, Bybit, OKX, Crypto.com, Bitget, quite a few others as well. So good accessibility.
Okay, so the tech is there, the applications are practical, the token has utility. Is it actually being used? What does adoption look like?
Well, this combination seems to be working. The sources say Zebec Network currently serves hundreds of companies.
Both Web 2 and Web 3.
Yes, both traditional Web 2 businesses and newer Web 3 projects.
And the user numbers. Because partners are one thing, actual users are another.
The numbers are pretty interesting here. Their network is described as a robust operational platform, nearly 600 partners and paying clients.
600 partners, okay.
And alongside that, 355,000 unique users.
355,000, that's significant.
It is. And their combined on-chain and off-chain user base is apparently growing fast, around 50,000 monthly active users currently.
50,000 a month.
With expectations to at least double that by the end of the year. So definite traction there. It's not just theoretical, people are using it.
And what about the team behind all this? Do they have the chops?
It seems so. The core team members are cited as having over 50 years of combined experience in business and tech. And importantly, that experience spans both Web 2, traditional business and tech, and the newer Web 3 world.
That blend is probably key.
I think so. Plus, they're guided by some distinguished advisors. Leaders from the Solana Foundation, former execs from ADP, the big payroll company.
ADP background makes sense, given their focus.
Right. And founders of major capital firms, too. So a good mix of deep blockchain knowledge and traditional business expertise advising them. That's a powerful combination for navigating this space.
Wow. Okay, what an incredibly insightful deep dive into Zebec Network. We've really unpacked how they're aiming to transform finance, merging traditional systems with blockchain, enabling this idea of frictionless money movement, and ultimately offering you, the user, much more control over your funds.
Indeed, you can really see how Zebec is positioning itself as maybe a cornerstone of this emerging decentralized financial infrastructure. They're providing solutions that are interoperable across chains, efficient, and really focused on the user experience. They genuinely seem to be bridging that gap between traditional payroll, traditional finance, and these new crypto-native innovations, pushing the boundaries of what money can do.
So for you, the listener, as you reflect on this deep dive, maybe think about this concept of real-time, programmable money. How might that fundamentally change how you think about earning, spending, saving, investing? What possibilities does that constant, immediate access to your funds open up? Beyond just getting paid faster than the old biweekly cycle, how might that shape your own financial future? Something to mull over.